Megan Hicks of I Run Far. I'm with Courtney Dauwalter, the 2019 UMB champion. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
It's the morning after the race. How many coffees have you had?
Not enough.
Today there will be never enough.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations on your incredible performance yesterday and the day before.
Thank you. It was fun.
How are you feeling?
Pretty wrecked. Yeah.
You took those stairs that we just had to walk down like a champ, though.
I think I took them similar to how I did the scaffolding stairs to cross the road at the very end.
Yeah.
That was like, I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, so, and there's like throngs of people cheering for you as it takes you like a couple days to cross the final stairs. I mean, this is not literal, but it's close.
Close. If there had been one more like curl of stairs to go up, I would be sleeping on it still. I wouldn't make it.
Okay, so let's start with the hardest part first. Just to be honest, it looked a little rough for you in the race's final quarter, was it?
It was super rough. Basically I got destroyed climbing up to the lake, Champ-Lac.
Yep.
Huge climb going into it, which on the elevation profile, which was all my course knowledge, it looked like this tiny little blip. So I was like, oh, no big deal. There's no hill.
Fine.
Yeah. And then it just kept going, and it was really hot. So by the time I made it to that aid station, which took longer than I would have liked, I was pretty destroyed and spent a lot of time trying to regroup at the aid station.
At Champ-Lac.
Yep. Lost my lunch a little bit, and just like my legs were already toast. And that's only, I mean, there's still like a marathon.
50K to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from there it was, just trying to land my feet under me and hope they caught me.
Okay, you said lost your lunch. Do you literally mean you lost your lunch there at Champ-Lac?
Yep, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like a teaspoon, half a cup.
I mean, we don't want to get too graphic.
Oh, okay, this is PG.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, kids. I'll be the after show. Rewinding a bit to the first part of the race. Maybe let's talk for a few minutes about the first 20K. When you came into the 20K point, you were sharing second place with Mimi Katka, but first place, Meow Yao, was way off the front.
Way ahead. Yeah. Mimi and I had a great time running together for the first part, and I wasn't really thinking about place or anything. I was just trying to gauge where my fitness even was after the past couple of months of being really strange training, or not as much training. I didn't know where it was, and so I was trying not to blow up too early. Still happened.
Blew up happened anyway. Yet you won the race, but we'll get to that in a minute. For me, the race is really interesting in that at 20K in, you go through a huge town, a big party, 30K in, another huge party, and then you kind of go off into the Italian wilderness for like 4 or 5 hours.
It was so cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would love to see it in the daylight, but it was pretty awesome being out there in the night because it is these huge, pretty exposed climbs, so you could just see headlights weaving up the mountainsides.
All the people, the few people in front of you and the many people behind you.
It's just fun to be sharing that.
I had the privilege of being on the mountainside at 66 kilometers, which is sort of where you start coming out of the Italian wilderness and back towards the civilization of Courmayeur. You were just kind of chilling in the night there. You looked very calm. Yeah.
I was still enjoying it, and I think at that point I was pretty excited to start to get some light so that I could actually see what I'd been running in.
Yeah. They say the race sort of starts in Courmayeur, which is the 80K point, and it seems like that's really where things like started to suss out for the women's race. You found leader Meow Yao on the climb out of Courmayeur, or where did you actually encounter her?
So after that climb, I think there was a rolly section.
Got it.
Like one of the flattest looking parts on the elevation profile.
And was it?
Yeah, I love that section. It was a nice change where I could like things were clicking then, could open it up a little bit. And then the peak after that, Col de Ferret,
Yeah.
that was I think my favorite part of the race. That whole section actually, because it's the rolling and then this magic mountain, and we had sunrise on it. Just super green and huge. And then after it, you get to bomb down some cruiser single track. So that was a fun, 3 sections.
During that time, I think at Courmayeur, you were like 12 minutes back of the lead, but then at Grand Col Ferret, you were a half hour in front.
Okay.
I mean, you must have been feeling good. Like, let's just be honest.
It was, that was a good couple sections.
Okay, Megan. I just don't care.
No, I just didn't know.
Okay.
Thanks for the details.
So after Grand Col Ferret, you make the descent into La Foulée, and then there was what you said was the death of things between La Foulée and Champélac.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a disaster.
But you kept your shit together because, like, you gained an hour on the field. You were now an hour ahead, and it stayed that way.
I mean, there were parts I wasn't sure I was moving forward still. I was like, I was struggling a lot. But just tried to keep moving forward, and it was kind of a okay section to be struggling in because the climbs are so steep that, I mean, a person could only do them so fast anyways, maybe.
So even though you felt like you were going slow, you were still making okay progress.
I mean, I was moving.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
So as you well know, a TV camera followed you for most of that way.
Yeah. I tripped so many times. I probably look like I've never run before in my life.
Well,
I was like, I hope he turns that off sometimes. No?
I actually felt slightly bad for you during that time because, I mean, the Courtney Dauwalter smile kind of turned into like a straight-faced, like,
it was gone.
Yeah. It looked like it was, I mean, it just looked really hard for you.
Yeah. It was
mentally
super
and physically.
hard. Yeah. I was in a pretty dark place for the whole last part. But then getting back to town finally and getting to enjoy all the people here in Chamonix made it worth it. Yeah.
It's like a 1.5 kilometer parade once you come off the trail and into town.
It was insane.
And you had to like part the seas to get through.
Yeah. And I was pretty weak. So there's like high fives coming at me and I'm like, please don't be too strong.
You might blow me over. Amazing. That would actually have been great.
Just flat on my back.
And in the one of the most like culturally amazing moments of this race, a man with a camera on rollerblades.
So cool.
Like brought you into town.
Yeah, which I feel like circles it back to Minnesota, where rollerblading is a major pastime.
A major pastime.
Yeah.
You felt a bit of the hometown familiarity there.
Yeah. So thank you for that, rollerblades.
You crossed the line. You were the winner. You are the champion of this year's UTMB. You looked shocked, were you?
Yeah, I would have never guessed it.
How's your hip?
It's okay. Yeah.
A little tight? A little tired?
Yeah, I'll go see my my team that's been helping me and see if we can right any wrongs that might have happened. But it made it. It's still a hip, so
I believe it's there.
Yeah. No, it was fine. There were some moments where I was feeling it, but I was also feeling a lot of things. So
bigger picture question for you. Like humor and smiles seem to be like a part of how you race and how you deal with like the experience of so many people looking at you. I rest my case. Next question. No, I mean, really, like, what's it like to have 10,000 people looking at you and cheering for you at one moment?
Yeah, I'm still kind of absorbing the whole thing, I think. But yeah, it was such a special day, and to experience a course like this for the first time, and to have the people here supporting me that I have, and yeah, the whole thing is really cool.
I may have admittedly been crying when you crossed the finish line.
Like,
I don't know what you were doing, but you got me.
Wait, like one glistening tear, or like
It was like
sobbing?
No, it wasn't a full sob, but it was like a good, like there was a volume of, yeah, it was like little tears coming down, like in my heart, like I felt your happiness.
Oh, thank you.
What did it, like what emotion was there?
Yeah. A lot of joy and a lot of disbelief, and then just trying to, like, I don't know, there's so much happening, so trying to just soak in the whole thing and not forget it.
Last big picture question for you. This like did a 180 on your summer. You know, Western States was going so incredible for you until it wasn't. And then it's been sort of, as you said, a summer of uncertainty, trying to put your body back together. Things must feel really different now than 2 months ago.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I never would have guessed that it would have gone like that yesterday. So I'm very thankful, and feeling pretty excited.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
On your win of the 2019 UTMB.
Thanks for your coverage.
What a champion.
Thanks for being out in the middle of nowhere.
That's my favorite part of this race. When there's not 5,000 people around.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Woohoo!